How does a man control a fortune bigger than Elon Musk's and quietly shape world politics without ever chasing the spotlight? Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, MBZ, isn't just the president of the UAE. He commands a family empire worth over $305 billion, leads one of the world's top oil producers, and wields a private fleet of jets, palaces, and billion-dollar yachts. This isn't a fairy tale, it's real. And what makes it even more shocking? Almost no one outside the Middle East knows how far his power truly reaches. But how deep does his power go? And what secrets lie behind the luxury? Watch till the end, because it only gets more unreal. Mohammed bin Zayed was born into royalty, but what he did with that birthright rewrote the future of an entire nation. Born in 1961, he's one of the many sons of Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, the legendary founder of the United Arab Emirates. But unlike many royals who fade into the background, MBZ forged his own path. He trained at the prestigious Sandhurst Military Academy in the UK, earning a reputation for discipline, strategy, and focus. When he returned, he didn't just take on ceremonial roles. He entered the military, built elite special forces, and climbed the ranks through competence, not just his name. By the time his older brother, Sheikh Khalifa, suffered a stroke in 2014, MBZ was already calling the shots. He handled national security, oil policy, and foreign affairs without a title until 2022, when Khalifa passed away. Then officially, MBZ became president of the UAE and ruler of Abu Dhabi. But in truth, he had already been shaping the country for years, and his rise wasn't loud. It was strategic, calculated, and absolute. Let's be clear, when people talk about the richest royal families, most don't understand the scale we're dealing with here. The Al Nahyan dynasty, under MBZ's leadership, sits on a collective fortune of around $305 billion. That's not personal wealth, that's family power, spread across multiple generations, countless assets, and global influence. Oil is the bedrock of their empire, but the diversification is where it gets really interesting. The family owns massive real estate holdings in London, New York, Paris, and beyond. Through sovereign wealth funds and private deals, they've placed strategic bets on companies like SpaceX, Uber, and major global banks. And then there's Sport Manchester City Football Club, part of the City Football Group owned by MBZ's half-brother Sheikh Mansour, has become one of the most successful teams in the world. But even this doesn't cover the whole picture. From fleets of Bugattis and Rolls-Royces to private islands and luxury resorts, the family lives on a level where even billionaires seem middle class. Wealth isn't the goal, it's the baseline. At the center of Abu Dhabi, Qasr Al Watan stands as a symbol of power, prestige, and purpose. It's not just a palace, it's a masterpiece. Constructed at a reported cost of over $500 million, this architectural marvel is wrapped in white granite and capped by a 37-meter dome that dominates the skyline. Every detail is handcrafted, from the gold-etched ceilings to the marble corridors that stretch like rivers of stone. Step inside, and you're greeted by a chandelier glittering with 350,000 crystals. Yes, 350,000. The interior is a fusion of Islamic heritage and futuristic ambition, with libraries that preserve Arab wisdom and halls that host today's most powerful leaders. It's here that MBZ meets with presidents, signs billion-dollar oil and defense agreements, and charts the future of the UAE. Though the palace was open to the public in 2019 as a symbol of transparency and heritage, the real business happens far from the tourists. Behind those thick doors, world-altering decisions are made in silence, surrounded by gold, guarded by legacy, and powered by influence that few truly grasp. Most leaders are content with one government-issued aircraft. Not MBZ. He travels with a fleet that feels more like an airborne kingdom. Among his collection are aircraft like the customized Boeing 747 and the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner massive long-range jets converted into royal palaces in the sky. These jets are no ordinary luxury planes. Inside there are gold-plated fixtures, private boardrooms, marble-tiled bathrooms, and velvet-lined sleeping quarters with king-sized beds. Every inch is tailored for speed, security, and opulence. Some are even equipped with missile defense systems and encrypted communication suites, because when you lead a trillion-dollar empire, even your sky miles come with high stakes. And while most passengers might nap on silk sheets mid-flight, MBZ stays plugged into the pulse of global affairs. Whether it's Washington, Beijing, or Riyadh, Decisions don't wait for touchdown. These aren't just planes. They're flying strategy rooms, and MBZ is always in the cockpit of power. Now let's talk about what floats. MBZ owns Rabedan, a 140-foot luxury yacht built by Silver Yachts. It's sleek, minimal, and intimidating. Think James Bond, if Bond had $1 trillion budget. But even Rabedan pales next to the crown jewel, a Zom, the longest super yacht on Earth at 180 meters. Worth around $600 million. It's faster than most naval ships and more luxurious than any floating hotel. With bulletproof windows, an anti-missile defense system, and interiors rumored to be designed by a top French decorator. A Zom isn't just a yacht, it's a floating palace of dominance. Being rich is one thing. Making your wealth bulletproof? That's something else. Under MBZ, the UAE launched a $1.4 trillion investment strategy into U.S. industries over the next decade. That includes tech, energy, semiconductors, and green manufacturing. Leading this charge is Mubadala, Abu Dhabi's sovereign wealth fund. They own stakes in companies like AMD, Global Foundries, and even Elon Musk's ventures. Zayed, the national oil giant, is expanding into global energy markets. This isn't just investing, it's empire building, quietly, methodically. MBZ is anchoring the UAE into the very foundation of the global economy. You might not see him making headlines like other world leaders, but MBZ is always in the room where it happens. He's played back-channel roles in historic deals, including the Abraham Accords that normalized relations between Israel and the UAE. He's also been a key figure in managing relationships with both the West and the East, balancing ties with the US, China, and Russia. And when it comes to the region, leaders defer to him. Syria, Egypt, Jordan, they all orbit his influence. He's not just a head of state, he's the kingmaker of the Middle East. Behind all the opulence is something unexpected vision. MBZ isn't just pouring money into luxury, he's investing in the future. He founded Masdar, a global leader in renewable energy, and funneled billions into solar, wind, and hydrogen projects across Africa and Asia. He's also behind huge health initiatives, donating hundreds of millions to fight diseases like malaria and polio, often in collaboration with the Gates Foundation. And in education, he's building schools, universities, and even AI research hubs. This isn't just PR, it's legacy planning on a planetary scale. MBZ's reign is about more than oil and glitter. He's reshaping the UAE to survive in a world where fossil fuels are fading. His Vision 2030 plan is pushing diversification into tourism, tech, and defense. Abu Dhabi is being reimagined as a post-oil economy. If this blew your mind, you're not alone. So go ahead, like, comment, share your thoughts, subscribe for more, and don't forget to tap that bell icon, because we've got more empires to uncover.